Hello, Cancer, Cancerians. Let's look at your messages for the week of March 29th through the 5th of April. That's going to include Easter, yeah, spring, the rebirth, something really, really nice to enjoy. You know, these two energies that came out for you for messages for this week. I'm Michele B, by the way. Oh, and we got one more. We got 3 cards that came out. 2 ladies holding swords. Somebody's got something to say. Somebody's sick of the bullshit. And then we had the Fool in reverse. I know that for some Cancerians, they are cutting off a fool, right? They're cutting off a person that, not a bad person, but somebody that didn't always have their own Cancer's best interest at heart. There's that, right? But there's also it's what can you take from your experience with people that are reckless with your emotions, reckless with your intense feelings. What can you learn from people that might have taken advantage of that nurturing energy that you have? What can you learn from them? You can learn from the Fool to watch out for you first, right? Because that's what this other person was doing. They were watching out for them first. Were they, when they see someone that's in need, are they gonna, would they have given the shirts off their back to that person? They'd be like, no, I'd be cold if I gave them the shirt off my back. Make a suggestion, be compassionate, but hey, I gotta look out for me first. That's what you would have learned from the Fool. Because the Fool's like, well, everybody's gonna be fine in the end. The Fool knows that the divine takes care of all of us. And whereas you were kind of like this mommy kind of energy that, yeah, kind of went over the top, and then you were like, well, what are you gonna give back to me after I did that? Yeah, so many of you may be saying, how is this fair to me? See the scales there? How is this fair to me? How everything happened. It seems like it was just unfair, that there's so much that came out of me, because that's how I show my love, is by caring and nurturing. And the other person was like, la, 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 and took off. Let's get a look at this real quick. Look at how these cards are set up. There's the Queen, right? She's like, okay, whatever it is, I'll take care of it. Whatever it is, I'll take care of it. And the Fool's like, la, 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 la. And she's like, where is that third party that's going to make everything fair for me? But the truth is, justice is it's not always fair. It's not always fair in the moment. You will learn why you needed to do what you needed to do. It's much bigger than you. With the Fool being there, they're both, the Fool and Justice are both major arcana. It's like you're this small figure in a big picture. And what you learn so much about being careful with your energy. They learned so much about what they would lose if they were foolish, right? What they would lose if they were just totally relying on, how do I say this in a really positive way? They learned to grow up. They learned so much about growing up from you. And it's part of this bigger thing. What they're going to be up to, what you're going to be up to, what you learn from each other. It's that karmic connection where you both leveled up together, and it came to a point where it just couldn't go anymore, right? It all ends up balancing out in the end. It doesn't have to be fair right now. All right. So that's something that you're going to be thinking about this week. Just being at peace with the fact that it's not always fair right now. That's just life is what it is at this moment. But instead, just do you and take on some of those traits that person might have, that person, the positive traits that person carries, including just living in the moment for now, giving yourself pleasure for now. They were really good at that, and so you can learn from that. giving yourself pleasure in this moment, doing what makes you feel good in this moment, just for you. And for Pete's sake, don't give too much. Save so much for you. Okay. This is where I leave off, Cancer. If you loved my vibe, make sure you subscribe, because I put out readings for you, Cancer, 2 or 3 times a week. So make sure and stay in the loop for that. And I bid you adieu.